How's it going, everybody? Welcome back. In this video, we are going to be talking about booking travel and accommodations, how to do it, when to do it. Let's do it the right way, right? This is not to be confused with pricing for travel and accommodations. That's in another course called the Speaker Sales System. This is about actually booking. As soon as the contract is signed and I get the notification on my phone, I'm booking travel. I'm doing it now because I want to save money. I want to save some money, and I know that last minute flights cost more. Even if I don't have the logistics, this is what I hear a lot of speakers say. They're like, Jared, I waited to book my flight because I didn't know what time I was speaking. I didn't know if I was going to get to travel out that night or if I had to stay another night and go the next day. Look, go ahead and book the travel for what you think it's going to be. And then change it if you need to. That's cheaper to do that than to book a last minute flight. So rule number one is contract signed, book it as soon as you possibly can. You got the contract signed. That means that they're giving you a deposit. That means you have a cancellation policy, especially if you're using the contract templates that we have. Then that means that if they canceled on you, you're getting your deposit. You get to keep that. And that was to cover your travel. And then you can use the travel credit for your next gig and you still made a little bit of money. So don't be scared. Book the flight, pull the trigger, let's go. The next thing is, if I were you, I would stay loyal to brands. Loyal to the airline that you like, loyal to the hotel brand, loyal to the rental car company. And the reason why is because it makes the travel so much smoother. If you're like me and you're doing 160 plus days on the road some years, I like to be able to get priority boarding. I like that my bags are free. I like that I pull up at Hertz and my rental car's outside. I don't have to talk to nobody. I like that I got 4 p.m. late checkout at the Marriott's. I get 10 times the hotel points on every stay. Come on, you can't beat that. This is a major perk for someone who has a travel business. Me and my family just spent 16 days in Newport, California. The whole trip was paid for with points. So that's what we like to do. I work all year long. I'm accumulating all these points, and then we go on a really long vacation to some of our favorite places, and it's absolutely free. So like I said, this was a very simple video. Book the travel as soon as possible to save money. Get the rewards programs for your favorite airlines, rental cars, and hotel brands. Do that so that way you can earn points. Other than that, booking your travel is very simple. You need to put in the address of the place that you're going into the Marriott app or into the Hilton app or whatever hotel brand and get the closest place that you could possibly get that you feel safe staying. Reason why is you want to be able to sleep in as much as you can. Travel is very hard on the body. You sleep in as much as you can and then you get there on time. Do not get stuck in traffic and be late to your gig. That's terrible. Don't stay somewhere that's nice but it's 30 miles away and you didn't account for the traffic. If you don't live in that city and you don't travel a lot, then you don't know what that traffic's going to be like. Be as close as you possibly can to your gig. Also, another thing to think about is maybe the second night you don't stay in the same hotel. Maybe if you're staying 2 nights and you're flying out the third day, stay close to the airport. Because again, the traffic, you don't want to miss the flight. Especially once you get really busy and you have a speaking gig the next day. You can't afford to miss that flight. Somebody's paying you thousands of dollars to be in the next state. So you have to be very strategic about where you book these hotels and when you book these flights. Make sure you're checking the layovers if there is any layover. Try to get as many nonstop flights as you can. Book in the morning and not in the afternoon, the day before your gig if you're flying in early. Start early so that way if it gets delayed several times, you still make it. Because if you book that last flight out thinking I can hang out with my family all day and then fly out at the end of the day, no, not in today's world. The travel industry has gone to crap. Flights are getting delayed and canceled left and right. I went on a streak of 10 trips in a row where my flight got delayed or canceled. 10 in a row. So much so that I started putting a travel day in between gigs because I used to do back to back to back to back. I just can't even risk it anymore because that's how bad the travel has got. So just be mindful of when you book your travel, when you book your flights, where your hotels are. Really map everything out and be strategic and you'll be fine. Other than that, that's pretty much everything for booking travel and accommodations right now. If I think of anything else, I'm definitely going to update these videos, so keep coming back and watching them over and over again. The next video is going to be about how to maximize those reward points and my top 5 travel credit cards. So I'll see you there.